The 2022 PWBA season comes to a close tonight in Dallas. We started the year where it all began at the historic Cherry Bowl in Illinois and have traveled across the United States to bring the best of women's professional bowling to its greatest fans. We have crowned 10 champions in our 11 tournaments. We inducted a stellar class into the Hall of Fame, as well as adding another 2 PWBA major champions. Tonight, we crown a third at the PWBA Tour Championship, and it's next on CBS Sports Network. There's always something big happening in Big D, Dallas, Texas. Tonight, the PWBA Tour finishes its season in grand style. The finale is a major, the PWBA Tour Championship. This is USA Bowl in Dallas, home of the 2022 Tour Championship. 5 of the world's best bowlers are here. Only one can be the winner, with big prize money and a place in women's bowling history on the line. Welcome, bowling fans. Dave Ryan alongside the Hall of Famer Kelly Kulick. We have stepladder bowling tonight. We start with the 5th seed, Jordan Richard, looking for her first career major against 2022 Player of the Year Shannon O'Keefe, making her 7th championship round appearance of the season. Amazing. The winner takes on former Rookie of the Year Stephanie Zavala. The 2 seed, Colombian superstar Maria Jose Rodriguez, who's won this event before back in 2018. The top seed defending champion Shannon Pluhowski, who won this event last year in Reno. And now she joins us live. Shannon, what a day yesterday. On your birthday, bowled so well, had a 300 game. You wrapped up the top seed. How do you continue that momentum in your one match tonight to defend your title?
Just make the best shots I can for the one game and see what happens.
You know, Shannon, last year you won this event. Does that give you any reassurance going into the championship match, knowing that you won last year and could potentially do it again?
Yeah, I think it does, to finally get over the hump on TV and pulled 2 really good games. So hopefully just keep riding that momentum.
All right, best of bowling to you tonight.
Thank you.
All right, Kel, let's check our playing conditions tonight and check the future for the sport oil pattern.
Thanks, Dave. The women bowled on 40 feet this week. The volume was very high, so just around 28 milliliters of oil. Scoring pace was very high, but because it's a medium length pattern, you're going to see multiple styles on the telecast tonight. The straighter players on the right side will be firm and straight, somewhere around the track area, slightly inside. Then Zavala will be all the way going coast to coast from here to here. The outlier, of course, is Miss Shannon Pluhowski, our #1 seed. She has all this oil on the left side. Her lines are going to be very straight in front, just a small tip up to the pocket, as it shows very high scoring pace. Hopefully we have some of those great scores tonight on the telecast, Dave.
All right, Kelly, great breakdown. It is time to bowl here in Dallas. Lots of VIPs in the house. Season finale. Now let's meet the bowlers.
Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome our #5 seed from Maumee, Ohio, Jordan Richard.
Jordan telling us yesterday, no better way to wrap up the season than to get a major championship. What an opportunity for the 5 seed. Just outside Toledo. Maumee, Ohio starts our night in Dallas. Perfect shot. Tattoos the 1-3 pocket for a strike.
Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome our #4 seed from Shiloh, Illinois, Shannon O'Keefe.
From just outside St. Louis, McKendree's head coach and national coach of the year, Shannon O'Keefe. Season for the ages in 2022. Can she win this event again? That's the question. Off to a good start.
Shannon does something so great. She constantly repeats just a 4-step approach. She does get the ball late in the swing, so to generate just that shoulder height here. Notice her eyes are dead set on her target moving forward. As she goes in, she has great leg strength, really drives into that shot, and as she's infamous for is that follow through all the way through to her back. Really gets great extension and power through the legs and the arm swing.
3rd time Player of the Year in the last 4 seasons. The award has been handed out. What a year again for O'Keefe. Left lane, different ball reaction and different result. 2-8-10.
Yeah, 40 feet now. I mentioned that the ratio is just above 3.5 to 1, so usually high scoring. You know, I always talk about the indicator down here. This is 43 feet. The pattern stops here at 40 feet, so we're really looking for the ball to tip up somewhere around 3 or 4 feet past the end of the pattern. That ball gets outside the zone, hence the 2-8-10 lead.
Tough cover. And just gets 8. So loses count. Early open frame for Shannon after she strikes on the right lane.
The unique thing is that this pair was used during qualifying and all of match play. So the women are familiar with its tactics and what it really gives out to the lane. Fronts hook more, backs a little tighter, but it was one of the higher scoring pairs.
We saw Jordan on TV, U.S. Women's Open, South Glens Falls, New York, a month ago. No win there. Said it was yesterday. Gained so much experience. And now try to use that experience, Kelly, you know, with all your great wins in your Hall of Fame career. You got to learn to win on TV, right?
Exactly. You know, the experience is there, traveling through 12 seasons. It adds up.
Kelly, any player who rolls a 300 game during our telecast tonight will receive a $10,000 bonus courtesy of GoBowling.com. Visit GoBowling.com to find local bowling centers, get tips from the pros, and follow the latest news and information about your favorite sport, bowling.
I didn't think that was possible this week, the day with all the 9-pin
Lots
leads
of
and
9-pins.
4-9 splits. But, you know, Miss Plahowski did it, and so did Stephanie Zavala, 2 ladies on the show tonight.
Amazing. And Stephanie came really close with another 11 strikes before a split on her last attempt. Good start here. Jordan is definitely locked in early.
I watched her last block of match play, and she just bowled tremendous. She has so much power, and with everything she creates, she's got great ball roll. So here's where it says right around that 4 mark, you're going to see the ball just start to tip up slightly. There's a reason why those indicators are there. It does give a reference point to where the break point usually is, especially on a 40-foot pattern. You're going to see it change shape right there.
Early hole for Shannon O'Keefe.
Flat 10.
There's a 10-pin on the right lane. Shannon told us yesterday that even 2019, another one of her 3 Player of the Year seasons, when she won 5 times, she was more consistent this year. Would you agree with that?
I would. I spoke with her husband, Brian O'Keefe, earlier this evening, and I think her lowest place finish was 7th,
Wow.
of which she only missed maybe 2 telecasts by a few pins. You know, 1 bad game along the way, but she's definitely been the dominant player here for the last 3 years on the Ladies Tour.
1 win this year. Twin Cities, watch out. Oh, goodness. So early stumbles here for Shannon, who's in the McKendree Bearcat purple and black as always, head coach of that women's team. And a little shocking result here, Kel, with 2 opens.
Yeah, we highlight her assets and everything, head on her target and everything. Oh, she knew she missed it. Not typical of her, of course.
So now the door is wide open. Look at that 45-pin lead early in our first match for Jordan Richard. O'Keefe tries to put that behind her and does strike in the left lane. Are you looking for some great PWBA gear? Visit the official online store of the PWBA. Shop PWBA.com. You know me, Kel, I'm a big coffee guy. I love that tumbler there, the coffee travel mug. Driving the kids around, the coffee mug is always full.
I think one of the biggest sellers was the tie-dye sweatshirt. That was, I saw everybody
right?
wear that in Minnesota the first week. They even sold out of them at some point.
My 12-year-old loves the tie-dye stuff, for sure. All right, now let's see if Jordan can take advantage of this early lead. Looking for another. Has another. 10-pin goes down late. Tremendous start for Jordan Richard. Up by 55 pins on the Player of the Year.
5-step approach, big first step. Left arm goes out to the side. You can see her eyes just tilt down the bottom. Now we look for this shape here. The left arm's in that balanced position again. Toes off the floor. Slide is starting just before the ball starts coming down, and I love Jordan's balance. She really gets there and she stabilizes everything at the end. And when you do that, when you post the shots, you're going to be within your target by a board every single time. Looks like the way she bowled yesterday in the last round of match play is just kind of rolling over into tonight's TV telecast.
Wow, look at the win probability there, Kel. 95+%. Looks for the front 5, 65-pin lead, left lane. How about some help? No help on the messenger. So the 10-pin stands.
Yeah, she was looking for that 300 check early, I think.
Yeah. But still just the single pin spare conversion coming up.
Now, as you're watching, too, you notice you're bowling on twister pins. Twister pins are notoriously known for leaving a lot of 9 pins, 4 9s. Why that is, I'm not sure. but the pins do fly, but don't seem to fly everywhere, I guess.
Staying focused. Got the 10 pin. She told us yesterday, pretty big challenge facing the Player of the Year. And Shannon O'Keefe has been a role model for so many young bowlers like Jordan. Team USA experience, showing her the way on and off the lanes. It's not easy to bowl one of your heroes, right? I mean,
No.
on TV in the first match of a major, but she's got a big lead early here.
I think when the moment comes, everyone focuses on the pins.
That's right. O'Keefe. Whoa.
Well, the reaction she had in practice, unfortunately, is not the reaction she has right now, and that's what happens. They transition so quickly. 5 ladies bowling on the telecast for practice. You can see she's much straighter through the front, and what happens is when you miss left, you don't have that hold, so a little bit of angle is needed to create some type of stability and hold through the front and mid part of the lane.
A lot to shoot out here for Shannon, unfortunately. Cannot convert. So another open frame, and the struggles continue. It's been a great season, certainly, for Shannon O'Keefe. Presented with a Player of the Year award just moments ago. Congratulations to Shannon, 3rd time in 4 years she's won that award. 3-player race between Shannon, Danielle McEwen, and
Brianna Cote,
right,
yep.
going right down to the wire. Brianna winning 2 times this year. The only player to win twice. But no vote, all about points. Shannon wrapped it up yesterday in that final block of qualifying and is the 4th seed. But Kelly, she's in big trouble here in match number 1.
Yeah, Jordan's got a massive lead, pretty much summing up the match, but you never know with 5 more frames left, Dave. We'll see when we come back.
Here in Dallas, Texas, first match is underway. Shocking score, though. Jordan Richard, a huge lead on Player of the Year, Shannon O'Keefe, who has not 1, not 2, but 3 open frames in the first 6. Is working on a strike, but in a big hole here midway through our first match. Stephanie Zaval, the 3rd seed, is next. So, Stephanie, are you surprised at Shannon's struggles here in our first match?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, Shannon's, a GOAT for a reason. But, these lanes are very tricky, so anything can happen.
You know, Stephanie, in your interview yesterday, you had a really cool phrase that Emil Williams shared with you. Can you describe to the fans what that phrase is and how it's helped you through the season?
Yeah, so the phrase is rewrite the script. And for me, that's basically, whenever anything's not necessarily going my way, just turn it around like you can. Just keep working, keep your head up, and rewrite the script.
All right, well, best of bowling to you coming up.
Thank you.
Thanks for your time, Stephanie. Appreciate it. She'll be up next, it looks like, at least for now, Cal, against Jordan Richard, who is just obliterating Shannon O'Keefe to this point. Still half a match to go, but big hill to climb for the Player of the Year. Dave Ryan, Kelly Kulick, the Hall of Famer, our entire crew here in Dallas. Great to have you with us tonight. Season finale, 2022 PWBA Tour season.
You could tell she didn't like that shot. It popped up as soon as she let it go off her hand. Maybe a little too much time out of the commercial break, but gets lucky and leaves the 2-pin. This pattern was funny. Sometimes, as high scoring as it was, really leaks out far to the right over here, so it's got such a long journey way to get back to the pocket. And because of it, left the 2-pin, but it was very easy to carry a 5-breaker as well as split.
Tough conditions. 2-pin and converts. And we asked Jordan last night, Cal, what would your grade be on your season? She said a B.
Yeah.
Not a B plus, not an A minus, but you got to get wins. You could vault that, couldn't you, up to at least an A with a win here tonight, right? I mean, there's so much on the line.
Yeah, well, in past seasons, we've had more events. This year, we kind of condensed it and puffed up the prize fund a little bit more. She's been very consistent throughout this season. She said she's been really close, the most consistent she's been in the few years she's been on Ladies Tour. That's inside.
Commanding lead.
In trouble.
It's a high shot, yeah, exactly. The 3-6 up there for Jordan. So now the big lead. What's the mentality like? At the commercial break, you're up by a lot of pins. How do you approach the second half of the match?
Well, you just have to go in and do exactly what you did the night before. You know, take one shot at a time. The mindset is, I kind of talk about the word stay. Stay in the moment, stay in the frame, stay in the shot, stay in the game, and finish the match and so forth. So that one got a little ahead of her. First time she's really missed inward where there isn't much hold. Mistakes have to be somewhat to the right. Converts to spare, though.
Stays clean. Spare in the 7th frame and still a big lead. O'Keefe works on a strike in her 7th. Beat Missy Parkin as the 4 seed Twin Cities Classic for her 15th title. Getting number 16 is going to be really tough here tonight, but there's a strike, shows some life here in our first match. Tonight at 10 Eastern, catch a crucial WNBA clash as the Atlanta Dream makes their final push for the postseason against MVP contender Asia Wilson and Las Vegas Aces right here on CBS Sports Network. Hoops coming your way.
Light letter ball, much easier to handle.
Love it.
Shannon working on a double, looking for 3 in a row. She can max out for 207, still down by 59.
Okay. Tap on the 10-pin late.
Shannon gets realigned. Sliding 19-20, about 11 at the arrows. She's just on the outside of that tracer. Ball goes through the 9-pin pretty well. Unfortunately, the early mishaps might not hurt her too much. We'll see how Jordan does with a max of 256.
Richard, right lane.
Plows through the pins, Dave.
Wow. Crushes that 1-3 pocket. Those pins, Kelly, you know what I'm going to say. They had no chance.
They had no chance.
Whatsoever. Through 8 frames.
Get the broom, it's a sweep. Watch the ball. Split the 8-9. Best sound you can hear in bowling, that crispness of the ball hitting the pins and 10 going straight back in the pit.
Well, she told us yesterday I needed a miracle in that last 8-game block to get to the 5th spot and make the show. She bowled so well late. Made a lot of adjustments with her tour reps the last 8 games. Otherwise, she's not on the show. And here she is closing in on a win over Shannon O'Keefe, the Player of the Year.
Yeah, she's got it secured now. So Jordan Richard will go on to face our number 3 seed, Stephanie Zavala.
She was the 2 seed at the U.S. Women's Open and lost to champion Erin McCarthy. Erin beat Danielle McEwen in the championship match. Climbed the ladder. Capital Region of New York State. So this one's over. And although it will be disappointing for Shannon O'Keefe, and by the way, happy birthday to Bryant yesterday,
Yes.
and Shannon Blahowski on the same day. It was a big day here in Dallas.
And Susanna from Japan,
right.
It was her birthday, 34.
So many birthdays.
A lot of celebrations here in August.
But what a year for O'Keefe. We certainly congratulate her on Player of the Year. And
Yeah, she may not have secured as many wins with only the 1 victory in Minnesota. However, like I said, Dave, she never finished lower than 7th place.
Amazing.
All season long. That is probably a record that will sustain for a very, very long time.
and 7 championship round appearances, including tonight here in Dallas. But her season over. She'll focus on McHenry, the defending national champs, next as the head coach, and Team USA as well. Jordan Richard has knocked off Shannon O'Keefe. 1 step closer to that trophy here in Dallas. Stephanie Zavala is next. Here on CBS Sports Network, great PWBA bowling. Jordan Richard, impressive 220-196 win over Player of the Year Shannon O'Keefe. She climbs the ladder. Stephanie Zavala, the 3 seed, is next for Jordan Richard. Stretching is a very important part of warming up for bowling, as our Kelly Kulik explains in this week's BCTV Tip of the Week.
Hey gang, Kelly Kulik here with the BCTV Tip of the Week. I am trained in physical health education as well as kettlebell, foam rolling, and nutrition coach. I use all the things I've learned and tools over the years to help me perform better on the lanes. As professional athletes, we go through a variety of stretches and warm-ups in order to be at our best when the lights go on and it's time to roll the ball down the lane.
In that 10 or 15 minutes of warm-up, I need my body to be ready as quick as possible. So what I like to do is something called dynamic stretching. And all it means is simply using movement to warm up the muscles. We're used to static stretching where we just stand in place and just hold the position for 10 or 15 seconds. And that's great for recovery after the competition is over. But when it's time to warm up and be ready to roll the ball at full speed, you need to use some dynamic stretching to get those muscles ready to compete. I also like to use some stretches that mimic the bowling position. So I do a lot of lunges, some roller skating or curtsy lunges, arm circles to warm up that rotator cuff, and always try to engage the glutes and the legs and the core muscles to make sure my body is ready. So you choose the dynamic stretches that are unique to you. They will give you the better performance that you need to be the best professional athlete or elite amateur athlete on the lanes.
BCTV tip of the week. Kelly, that was great. Thanks for that. Excellent tips to be sure for our great bowling fans. Stephanie Zavala from SoCal is up next against Jordan Richard. Match number 2 from the 2022 PWBA Tour Championship is next. Third event, PWBA Dallas Classic. The Pepsi Classic went to Ricote over Birgit Norites. Dallas Classic, Dasha Kovalova beat Danielle McEwen. Here, it's the Tour Championship, and a win already for Jordan Richard over Player of the Year Shannon O'Keefe. Stephanie Zavala and Jordan Richard, two great young stars on the Women's Tour, are set to go head-to-head next. Fresh off a win over her mentor, her hero, Shannon O'Keefe. Front 4, 6 total strikes for Jordan. Impressive. How about match number 2 against Zavala? Nice start.
Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome our number 3 seed from Downey, California, Stephanie Zavala.
The biggest Dodgers fan you'll ever meet. It's all about baseball for her.
I don't know if she made the home run derby. Probably not.
3 titles. Cleveland Open, BVL Open, last year Long Island, and the Reno Classic. Rookie of the Year, 2021, with shots like that. And a great start for our 3 seed here tonight in Dallas.
Yeah, I mentioned that Zavala would be the outlier all the way on the other side, going coast to coast. 4 steps, and she uses all of the approach. So Coach Brian worked where she starts to push away. So her balance arm is out to the side, eyes are focusing down, but she's got that body lean going forward. Really important there. That's how she's going to create that power to push and stay forward, because she plants. She does not slide. So she needs that momentum in her upper body to keep all that momentum going to give her that release.
Stephanie left lane wants that to hold, does. And crunches the 1-3 pocket. Great shot. She stopped in St. Louis on the way to the Lucy in Houston to work with Brian O'Keefe, Team USA coach, and of course, Shannon's husband, and changed a lot in her technique, didn't she?
Yes, he did. And the ladies' camp was in April prior to the tour season beginning. She really didn't have much shape in her swing. So they raised the ball, got her shoulders a little bit more broad and back, and allowed the ball to shape more in the swing, creating more swing velocity, and calm things down for her to hit it more and be more fluid at the release.
Jordan still locked in. Wow, that was quite a shot. Nothing but shrapnel in the pit. That's a perfect ball in the 1-3 pocket. 60 feet to success, Kelly. No doubt.
I like that one, yeah. And you can see both ladies. Look, Jordan is between the 2nd and 3rd hour. She's around 12-13. She's just getting it around board 7-8. It's a 40-foot pattern. If you use the rule of 31, 40 minus 31, it's roughly around 9. Could be 10, could be 8, depending on your style. She's right in that zone, and the ball roll is just going through the pins with so much energy and power as it rolls forward.
Cashing every event, just like Shannon. Avoids the disastrous 7-10. That's the good news. Just the 7-pin here for Jordan Richard coming up. Been a great year for her.
It has been. She said very, very consistent. Like you said, B+. Watch the ball just start to deflect. It just gets into the roll phase a little bit late with some energy depleted. Lazy 7-10. Luckily that messenger came over and knocked it over just to leave the single pin spare.
Big message to us yesterday from Jordan. Trying to not make the moment bigger than it is. Just trying to stay mentally focused, learning, as we talked about, how to win on TV. Well, off to a great start after the victory over Shannon O'Keefe. Any player who rolls a 300 game during our telecast tonight will receive a $10,000 bonus courtesy of GoBowling.com. Visit GoBowling.com to find local bowling centers, get tips from the pros, and for all the latest news and information about your favorite sport, bowling. Stephanie for the first three. Yes. Like you said, Kel, using all the lane.
Yep, two totally different zones. Zavala's playing so deep. Oh, here we have a recap of Jordan. Okay, so she's going to be sliding somewhere around, look, 21, 22, between 12, 13 at the arrows. Ball rolls through the pit. Stephanie Zavala, look where she's going to plant. She's already at board 34, 35, 19 at the arrows. Gets it at the identical break point as Jordan does. Just amazing how you can attack the lane at so many different angles and still have the same type of success.
Same approach, left lane here. Looking good.
I have to say, Dave, I watched her do it all last year too. And when we bowled in Reno, she had the same type of shape. The pattern's almost identical. The difference is we're bowling on ice oil instead of last year we bowled on a combination, and the volume's a little bit higher. And the difference in viscosities can make a difference in your ball choices and covers. But you have Shannon repeating, Shannon, and then of course Stephanie Zavala. I think O'Keefe just missed last year outside the number.
First four for Zavala. Richard, 8-pin. Wow, really good shot. That's a tough break.
All week long we were concerned about 9 pins, but every now and then one of those stone 8 pins popped up along the way. Watch right here, the ball hits the 5 pin, and it's supposed to continue and take out the 8, and it just goes a little bit forward and almost laughs at it, waving. It goes by it. Nope, you're going to stand.
Got the 8-pin. Sister Haley went home, but boyfriend JJ is here. I'll run the Pro Generations Pro Shops in Toledo and Monroe, Michigan, just across the state line from Toledo.
Talked to her yesterday. She was going to stay as far right as possible. She didn't want to get left. She didn't want to have to play around with the middle part of the lane. So that's her tactic, and she was going to stick to it all night long.
Fifth frame works on spare. Nicely done. Be sure to follow the PWBA on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, TikTok, and on bowltv.com to keep up with the greatest women bowlers in the world. Get the latest video, highlights, news each week to follow your favorites. Tweeted out a few warm-up shots, picture of you and I getting set for the big broadcast tonight.
So good. I say tic-tac instead of TikTok, so that's where my mind goes.
I love them both. I love them both. It's great.
Great social presence out there for the PWBA.
Zavala. Okay, trip 10-pin. And what a start.
So in her physical game, she holds the ball just a little bit higher. Again, planting about 35. Look at the rotation. I mean, the ball is the RPMs, rotations per minute. That's what it means. It's actually revving up as it's going down the lane, and it continues to rev and just blows the pins back.
Wow, challenging conditions. Front 5 here for Zavala. She's been brilliant. Learned so much from Brian O'Keefe. Applying it here in Dallas. Halfway home to perfection.
And she made the change in one day. She went and saw Brian on one day, and the next day she flew out to bowl the Lucy double. She bowls great there, and then comes here and makes telecast again.
15th place finish with Sean Rash, her partner at the Lucy. Won by Tiandra S. Beatty and E.J. Tackett. Congrats to those guys. They get a tour title.
Yeah, he's won it 3 years. 3 years E.J. Tackett's been
that's
part of a winning team.
Doubles guy. Great bowler.
We're going to keep going, though, and see how far Stephanie Zavala can go with this perfect game.
No break with
so
a perfect
far.
game. Good shot there from Jordan, ringing 10-pin, but much as Shannon was in a massive hole in our first match against Jordan, now she is in that same position against perfection.
And she's not bowling bad. She's hit the pocket every single shot. Zavala's carry's just been better. This is where you mentally have to stay in it, Dave. Stay tough, keep making good shots, and
Watch out.
just
No.
like that.
Unfortunately, just as you were reminding Jordan to stay mentally focused, she whiffs on the 10-pin, open frame, and now a huge deficit. Young star bowler, you learn on TV. You got to be able to come through. Even the great Shannon O'Keefe struggled here tonight with 3 open frames in that first match. Left frame for Jordan. That's a better shot.
There's the 9-pin.
You were counting them in warm-ups. You
I
saw
was.
quite a few.
There are about 4 or 5 in warm-ups. This is the first one on telecast tonight. And again, Jordan has not missed the pocket. It's just amazing how the ball transitions. The ball roll changes just slightly. Everything's level, stays on dot. Ball just continues off the pin deck, going towards the 8-pin, leaves the 9-pin standing alone.
Has the 9-pin. Brought in a big hole here. 7th frame. Zavala perfect through 6.
She did it once.
Did it once.
She almost did it twice.
I was there for the second where
Yes.
she didn't convert on the 12th shot.
And Shannon Blahowski shot 300 and almost did it a second time
Amazing.
again.
Amazing on these tough conditions that you competed on yourself.
Yeah, I didn't have that, just so you I want to clarify.
Looking for the front 7. It's got to hurry. It does. Look at the ball reaction. Into the 1-3 pocket. Those pins had no chance. 7 up, 7 down. Last year's Rookie of the Year. Well, not only threw a 300 game, but also 297 second round of competition, as we just mentioned, Kel, on Sunday. So experience with perfection already here in Dallas. The Dallas Classic. Now trying to bring that to television. And a big bonus as well. Looking for 8s. Got it.
Oh, I would love to see the checkbook come out, honestly. You know, for the $10,000 bonus. I would definitely like to see that. And everyone has been solid. Everyone has been solid. I watched the ball just go a little bit to the right on one of the shots, but watch the ball just roll through the pins, continues off the pin deck. I'm going to call Coach Brian and see if I can come in and work with him too.
I think a lot of people are thinking that exact same thing.
Yep.
After what Brian O'Keefe, Team USA coach and associate coach at McHenry, with what Shannon has done for her game, just incredible.
And Jordan, too, again, hasn't missed the pocket yet in 8 frames. The one dreaded 9-pin, missed the 10-pin. She can max out for 226.
Yeah, big 4-up. It's just been tough.
Yeah. The Richard Nixon. I get to say it. 4,
Almost
6, 7,
impossible to convert. Like
Yep.
the 7-10, right? Just so difficult. 4-7, well, little pin action across the back of the deck there toward the pit. Came fairly close to the 6-10, but
watch here, off the sidewall. Ooh, had it stayed up longer, a bounce out in the back. Could have kicked the 10, brought the 10 forward, take out the 6. I think it's been made once on television by Mr. Walter Ray Williams Jr.
this match is mathematically over. Now the question, will we get a 300 game? Zavala for the front 9. Yes, indeed. Oh, baby. Getting closer. 3 to go.
I'm excited.
Me too.
I watched Dasha Kovalova do it one year when she beat Liz
Correct.
Johnson for the title, and would love to witness Stephanie Zavala do it again.
This would be the 6th all-time 300 game in women's professional bowling history on TV. looking for another. No.
Just
What a
a
run,
touch
though.
inside.
What a run. 4-6 split. 9 strikes and the win. That's the most important thing.
Yeah, just didn't
Stephanie.
quite project it as far right down lane. She got slightly inside. Just missed just enough, 1.5 inch difference to make that motion. But a great game. Stephanie Zavala, she'll advance. She's going to face Miss Maria Jose Rodriguez in the semifinal match.
Great run for Jordan. Tremendous last block to get to the show in the 5th seed. Beat Player of the Year Shannon O'Keefe soundly in our first match. 2 major TV appearances. So I guess the grade will stay in the B's for Jordan. Self-assessment, as she told us yesterday. But still, it's a tremendous run here in Dallas.
Well, she did tell us too, Dave, that normally her season she would take time off. She's going home to train. She's going to start now and get ready for the 2023 season.
Stephanie Zavala will climb a step ladder and take on Maria Jose Rodriguez in match 3. A prior champion of this event. Front 9. Kelly, almost perfection, but tremendous bowling from Zavala tonight.
Yeah, just fell short. She's got a great line. She's all by herself. Can Maria give her any contention coming up in this semifinal match? We'll see. Come on back.
Impressive win, 266-190 for Stephanie Zavala in match 2. So Kelly, recap the year. What's your best way to encapsulate what's happened in 2022?
Well, up until Brianna Cote winning, there's only been one winner for every event so far this year. So the love was spread everywhere. Stephanie Johnson winning in Rockford. And of course, our majors are our biggest, heaviest weighted prize funds. Birgit Nordens all the way from Germany. Liz Kolkin getting back up there. Not her greatest season. And then obviously the candles on the cake was Erin McCarthy defeat winning the Women's U.S. Open over Danielle McEwen. The doubles that Donna Connors always runs is fantastic. Brianna, again, that multiple winner, and then Dasha Kovalova being the winner here. So brings us up to this tour championship. You know, multiple women making the show. Anybody can grab this event. We've got Maria looking for her 2nd tour championship. We've got Shannon Blahowski looking to repeat, and Zavala looking to win her first major on the telecast. I don't know who's going to win it, but I'm tuning in to watch. You better too.
Sure.
Come on back.
Match 3 is next. Jordan Richard with the win over Shannon O'Keefe, Player of the Year, 221.96, and then Stephanie Zavala front 9 in match number 2. An impressive victory for her, former Rookie of the Year, 266-190. Maria Jose Rodriguez won this event 4 years ago. Takes on Zavala next. Top seed defending champ Shannon Blahowski. Bowl TV highlight of the week. There were 2 other tournaments held this week at USA Bowl here in Dallas. Led us to our Bowl TV highlight of the week. It's the Dallas Open. Maria Cote won her 2nd title of the year, as Kelly talked about a few moments ago. Multi-tour champ this year. She knocked off Queens champ Birgit Nordens to win her 4th title. Then Dasha Kovalova took home the title at the PWBA Pepsi Classic, rolling a 278 title match to knock off Danielle McEwen and gain her 5th title of the year and 1st of the season. Awesome to see Dasha win again. Here in Dallas, we're ready for more great bowling after this break. Our great fans here in Dallas are ready for more bowling, and so are we. Match number 3 is on the way. Special thanks, Josh Fidello, owner of USA Bowl. He and his great staff have been so awesome. Jason Overstreet, USBC, is there as well. Good to see J.O. here in Dallas. With USBC in Arlington, not too far away.
Just a short drive down the road.
All right, match 3. Maria Jose Rodriguez against Zavala. This should be fun to watch. Can Stephanie stay in gear? Clearly she can. Great start.
So again, roughly sliding 34, planting 34, 35, crossing over 20-ish at the arrows, all the way 8 around the break point, 10 straight back.
Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome our number 2 seed from Colombia, Maria Jose Rodriguez.
Longtime member of Team Colombia. Lives in Austin, Texas. Tremendous talent. Her titles have been majors in the past, including this event in Richmond a few years back.
Yeah, I remember I was that one. I was there.
I remember too. Off to a great start. It's a long wait, right? I mean, we're an hour into our show here in Dallas as the 2 seed. Put a lot of focus and concentration into being sharp at the start.
Yeah, Maria, 4-step approach. No, she's wearing a sneaker on her right foot. She's had a lot of therapy over the years. Gets a high backswing, a little bit higher than most of the players. Again, body lean is going forward. And as she starts to push off with that sneaker, dips down into the shot. Great leverage. Keeps her hand behind the ball for a very, very long period of time. Nice 4-step basic approach.
Trip 10 pin carries over to the left lane. World Championships Vegas 2019. A ball accidentally dropped on her right big toe, and the rehab and the lengthy recovery process for Maria. It's still not perfect, but it's better. That's why she has the shoes there. But she said she remembered exactly the time, the place, and the flight, where she was going. When she opened the trunk to put on some sandals for the flight to be comfortable, a ball fell on her right big toe. Zavala.
Wow. Did you hear? She said, do something cool. That one was out the window, but a nice cool breeze pushed it back towards the pocket. Watch how far right this one gets down the lane. Release at the bottom of the swing. 1918 launch angle's a little bit off there. Really, really far right. Woo! And that wind blow comes right back in. High RG ball, high differential. Means the ball wants to flare a lot and create much more traction as it gets back to the lane. She's got room for error.
It did something cool. Left lane. Okay. 3-time PWBA Tour titleist is in a perfect spot, finding that pocket from her deep approach. Wow.
And we talked about Maria had the bowling ball land on her toe. I spoke with her husband Nathan too, as the tour rep out here, and he said that there were multiple injuries and didn't know what was causing the other to go astray and everything along the way. So the therapist really started from scratch, and basically she had to learn how to walk again.
Didn't like it at all. That's why it's Brooklyn. And Nathan's right in front of us. Here's a big smile. I mean, sometimes. Next stop, Prospect Park. Brooklyn's right.
Yeah, watch, just misses inside, sliding 29, 20, no projection to the right. So again, 40 feet, all that traction in the middle part of the lane. Angles have to get wider or steeper in the front part to create that hold. You'll see her start to creep left or jump a little bit further left. Not the quite same shape as Zavala, but something similar, where that's that rounded curve going down the lane.
Sometimes you just get lucky. Trying to keep these bowlers perfect. Oh, almost a 7-10. Just a 10-pin stands for Maria.
She just feels she hasn't had a lot of breaks this year. She even bowled good here in both rounds on the short and the long. Did not make either cut, but did cash in both events. Had a double to get into the Tour Championship to bowl those next 24 games of qualifying.
Whoa. Got it, just got it.
Great spurt shooter.
Little unsure of herself there on the approach. Look at the footwork at the foul line. Just enough of that 10-pin.
Yeah, well, early on in the week when we first got here, they were very tacky. Then they brought in multiple fans, and then conditions got much easier for footwork to stay consistent. And you know, as a bowler, you got to have your footwork to be consistent.
That comes in high, almost the big 4.
That one was a much better shot than she did on the last time on the right lane, which would tell me,
4-6-10.
hey, I've got more room to the right. Yeah. Watch here. I thought this was a pretty good identical shot from the one on the left. 20, 8 right there, but all of a sudden there's that big hook spot along the way. Must be a giant, another bigger move left. She rolled her eyes too, kind of questioning what the result was.
So the match could turn dramatically here. Trying to spray that cross lane to get to the 4-pin, but no such luck. So an open frame. After Zavala bowled so well in that first match with Jordan Richard.
Well, 13 out of 15 frames
Yeah.
she hasn't missed. That's pretty good.
Pretty good. 266 in the first game. So Now down by 14 pins. Look at her recovery. Flat 10.
Good recovery, though. Way to bounce back. She's just kind of staying calm. Let's watch the ball traction here. Still planting the same spot. Watch the yellow on the ball. You can see the logo kind of stand up and roll forward. Just enough that it left the flat 10 6-pin falls in front.
First championship round appearance of the season for her in the last event of the year. Amazing to think about with her skill set. But Kelly, you know more than anyone, that's how competitive it is out here.
It is. It is. Rookie season, she dominated, comes out, had a little bit of pressure. She was trying to maintain the performance that she had from last year. Didn't quite carry over, but the result was going to see Coach Brian and then changing some things to put her in this moment right now.
She said that last night, that she put pressure on herself to be player of the year. The goals were sky high, but she's in position now. Battle here with Rodriguez. Bold TV delivers live multi-channel coverage of the PWBA Tour, PBA 50, Team USA, USBC Collegiate and Youth Tournaments, plus much more great bowling content. Visit bowltv.com to subscribe today. Bowling lives here. Now, Maria, we talked about that long-standing toe injury. Went home to Colombia, worked with physical therapists for 6 weeks. Thought it would be just a few days down there to work with some medical specialists, and it was a long time with friends and family there before she finally felt well enough to come back to the States and compete. Match 3. Maria Jose Rodriguez off to a tremendous start here, trying to take on the top seed. Shannon Plahowski for the title. Nothing like it. Big D, Dallas, Texas. Maria Jose Rodriguez from Colombia works on a double into her 7th frame, a lead on Stephanie Zavala in match 3.
Amongst all the dignitaries in the audience tonight, there's Melissa, can't even say her name, Melissa McDaniel, our USBC president. She's had a busy month of July, attending all the junior gold events, coaching, having one of the largest youth coaching programs in junior bowler participation in the state of North Carolina, in the country.
Fantastic. Zavala out of the TV break. How will she fare? Good pin action to strike in her 6th frame.
Yeah, she's on a roll still. She's sliding deeper. Now she's in a 39. So all this friction here, folks, she's going in the middle here, has all this angle, and in that short period of time, she has to get it back to the pocket. She's consistently hitting the same break point over and over again, but the 6-pin, watch your eyes, falls a little bit late, little shaky there.
Takes that left turn. Perfect.
She has moved deeper inside. She was sliding 34, 35, or planting. Now she's even another 4 or 5 boards left, that almost in the left gutter.
14-pin match with her double. 2 seed, Maria steps up. 2 titles, both majors in her career. 2014 USBC Queens in Reno, and we talked about it. 2018 in Richmond. This event, the Tour Championship. 2-8 double wood.
I really like the alignment of that shot. The difference was it was a lot faster. Just observation, general observation. She got great leverage. Holds her bounce at the foul line, and her hand was very quick at the bottom. You can just see it amped up probably at least 0.3 of a mile an hour faster. Leaves a 2-8.
Can't cover. And that's an open frame. And the match shifts dramatically. Tomorrow, 2:30 Eastern. Show-stopping action on the pitch as the defending champs and Europa League winners battle it out in the UEFA Super Cup. Catch the kickoff on CBS Sports Network and streaming live on Paramount Plus. Big shot off the open. Nice recovery.
50% probability between both athletes. Maria, I mean, she told me in the interview too, she bowled in pain the entire time last year. She had a cortisone shot just in the beginning. She was able to bowl Reno, made the show there, made the telecast there. And then because of the therapy, she was able to have a much more pain-free season. Or else she would have to, she said she couldn't come back and bowl. She's
battled a toe injury and plantar fasciitis, which, as I'm sure you know, Kel, being an athlete, incredibly painful. Zavala.
Seven
help
pin
on the
late to
7
fall.
pin.
You know, at some point, the bowling pin weighs a little bit over 3 pounds. But there's days where they feel like they weigh 8 pounds. 4 pin just gently falls to hit the 7. And slowly falls to the pit.
It's a big theme in our discussion, as we talked about with her last night. Her preseason goals, player of the year, multiple majors. She was talking about huge goals that, in retrospect, she wasn't quite ready for. I mean, you got to think big.
You have to envision the future, what it looks like.
But now, a chance to wrap up the year in grand fashion with a major championship. Would be her first career major. Great shot.
Yeah, could that one spare Maria miss cost her moving forward? It'll be interesting to see.
4-bagger for Zavala. Up by 20 pins. So Maria steps up, works on a strike. In her foundation frame to cut it to 10, but the ball's in Zavala's court now. Huge shot. Got it.
Nice mixer. It's great to see Maria healthy again bowling. But Zavala just seems to have a command on this pair. It's not a question of beating Maria, it's just beating the pins, and she's just in straight command of the lanes as they break down. She's making the correct moves and she's staying ahead.
Ten pin in the 10th frame. And Maria told us last night she's due for a victory in the last event of the year. Finally feeling healthy again. Big non-strike.
This is a big fill ball right here. Very, very important because this could potentially change the match or have a tie. If Maria strikes here and Zavala goes 9 spare, I believe we have a tie. So it could be very, very interesting. Actually not, she's down by 10, so I got to recalculate all these scores. 224 max right here. So Zavala will just have to mark in the 10th frame in order for her to move on to the championship match against Shannon Plahowski. Had to take out my fingers and my toes for that one, Dave.
Glad you did. Zavala steps up. Almost had the 2-8 to deal with, just a 2-pin.
You heard it from the fan from back. Need to cover it. Planning 38, 39, gets it to 20. Woo, that one got out to 4-5. She's really been controlling 7-8. It's a good 9. Must convert.
Got it.
One pin will advance her to the championship match.
That win for Stephanie Zavala head-to-head with Maria Jose Rodriguez. It wasn't easy. Against the 2 seed tonight. Keeps it on the lane. And moves on. Great match. 10-pin win Stephanie Zavala from just outside Los Angeles, California. And who's next, Kelly? Who's next? The top seed, our defending champ, Shannon Plahowski, was amazing in this event last year in Reno.
Yeah, and she had some tremendous scores yesterday with her birthday, 300, 297. Zavala's control of the pocket. It's anybody's game coming up in this championship match. Come on back.
The PWBA Dallas Classic Series wraps up tonight for the Tour Championship. We're getting ready for a championship match here in Dallas, Texas. Okay, let's recap what we've seen so far. Jordan Richard head-to-head with the Player of the Year, Shannon O'Keefe, and Jordan made it look easy.
She did. 220, 196, like you said. Never missed the pocket. Really clean through those 10 frames.
And match number 2.
Moves on to Zavala. Zavala was just a complete command. Front 9, almost a perfect game. 266 to 190. Only Jordan's mishap or hiccup was that 9th frame with that 4-6, 7-10 split. But Zavala was in command the entire time. And finally, as we move on to Maria Jose Rodriguez, Maria's mishap of missing that 2A spare was costly to her. Zavala comes in clutch at the end, makes a 2-pin strike in the 10th frame on the fill ball for 234, only a 10-pin victory over Rodriguez.
Four-bagger. Yep, frame 6 through 9 put it away for Zavala. So now it's the championship match. Super Southpaw Plahowski defending champ against Zavala. The Tour Championship title is at stake. Shannon Plahowski won in Reno last year. AT&T Stadium, been home of many professional events. No one could have imagined holding a bowling event there when they built the facility, but they did just that. In 2011, the Women's U.S. Open was held in front of close to 6,000 fans. An event that many will never forget as Leanne Holzenberg went on to win her 27th Tour title, second major of her career here in the Metroplex. Sorry, Kel, I know. It's a great run for you.
It was, you know. I led that event by, I think, by 400 or 500 pins. Oh, they don't remember who won first, but it was a great moment for Leanne Barrett, now Holzenberg.
We're always proud of you, Kelly.
I appreciate that.
Here we go. Time for the championship match. Here in Dallas tonight. Everything on the line. Big prize money. A spot in women's bowling history for the winner. Zavala starts us off. Left lane. Great shot. Trip 10 pin.
Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome our #1 seed from Dayton, Ohio, Shannon Plahowski.
Our lone lefty. Top seeded, turned 40 years old yesterday. So much excitement in her life. Off the lanes. On the lanes now, and wow! Shots like that have got her to the top seed, blasting the 1-2 pocket.
I wish my shots, when I don't like, would still strike like that. Yeah, Shannon's, you know, after winning last year the Tour Championship, had some time off. She came back. We had tour team trials back in January for Team USA. She dominated there, won that. Her confidence level is just through the ceiling. Once she got the monkey off her back, she won the title last year. Everything has just been in a positive flow for her, and hence why she's back in this championship match again tonight.
2 titles, both are majors, including this event last year. Left lane. Wow, a non-strike. Didn't see a lot of that yesterday, did we?
Yeah, no, she struck a lot. She struck a lot, just like Jordan.
Man.
But I think there were only 4 left-handers in the entire field for all 3 events. So Shannon was the only one to make it to the Tour Championship match play. Looking to stay clean, converting the 7-pin.
Got that, no worries.
Zavala looking to continue her streak. It's interesting, Shannon had her start. So the right lane where she had the 2-pin, she faltered a little bit. She had 1 bad shot in the left lane, but she will have to finish on this lane in the 10th frame.
Get up.
Trip 10 pin again. Stephanie talked to us yesterday about rewriting the script, just constantly tearing things up. All right, this didn't work. We're going to try this. And as we mentioned, the time with Brian O'Keefe was so critical. Revamping her game with her approach, and especially her spine angle. And
Yeah.
the approach to the foul line.
I think we're going to put O'Keefe's cell phone number up on the bottom when
probably
we're
should.
done.
Another one. Stephanie, the reigning Rookie of the Year on the PWBA Tour. Congrats to this year's Rookie of the Year. Olivia Fartwell from Duquesne University received her award from the PWBA Director of Operations, Robin Graves. We got to see Olivia during the Collegiate Singles Championship outside Chicago this year on CBS Sports Network. What a bowler. Shannon didn't like that one. Okay. I mean, what a shot.
A little quick out the gate, a little fast. She also does not slide. So both these ladies have in common that they just kind of pretty much plant or stop at the foul line. She has a lot of force coming through at the bottom. Definitely stops at the foul line, but keeps the leverage, keeps the ball in line.
Left lane looks for another, didn't like it. And you know what? She's striking and just tattooing the rack. So we've heard several adverse reactions to her shot, and they've all been just all 10 back.
So my advice, don't try to fix it. Whatever you're doing you think is wrong, don't try to fix it because it's working for you.
3 of 4 strikes for her in her 4 frames.
And she was one of 4 lefties in the qualifying field, but we do have Brianna Andrew, I know, the left-handed, that did make it in the round of 24. First time ever, great for her.
Zabala tries for the front 4. Does just that. Front 9, as we talked about, in the win over Jordan Richard. 266-190 here tonight.
I'm just curious how many strikes Zavala has had over the course of the first 2 games. Obviously, front 9 there. Last game, she had another 8 there, 17 strikes.
21.
That's a lot of X's, Dave.
That's a lot of X's. Okay. Looking for another one. Front 5 here. Wow, locked in. 5 up, 5 down the nickel for Zavala to begin the championship match.
Of course, we still have that 300 on the line. You never know.
Shannon turned 40 yesterday. Wife Carrie is pregnant. Just great news we heard yesterday, due in February. So many amazing things happening for their family. Congrats. Shannon. Oh. 7-9 split.
I think because of all the strikes being thrown, the pace is a bit faster. This is when you want to just kind of reset a little bit. That was, obviously she liked it. There was no conversation afterward. The ball just deflects, doesn't kind of pick up and roll fast enough. Pins fall funny, 7-9.
Just a 9, not the 7, open frame, and against perfection, that's not going to do it. Look at the lead for Zavala at 44 pins over the top seeded defending champ, and the win probability nearly 92.5%. Well, Shannon's 300 yesterday was her first ever on tour.
I did not know that.
I was amazed. 40 years old, birthday, 300. Bowl well.
Oh, no.
7 pin.
Don't fix it, Shannon.
Right. Bolwell, Tom Doherty at the Lucy really felt she got locked in there.
And that lady, the winner, will walk away with $50,000 for first place cash.
I thought that line was looking nice.
Tour at Mike Wolf chats with the lefty. Zavala looks for another one. 10-pin stance. The front 5 trying for the halfway home 300, but just the single pin spare conversion coming in.
22 out of 26 possible strikes. Could have been 23 right there. Look at the eyes. The intensity, the focus. Her repeatability now is just on spot.
Ten-pin cross lane. And takes care of that. Runs the Victory Lane Pro Shop in Cerritos, California. I'd say she's rewriting the script, Kel. Right now, that's for sure.
She wrote the novel.
Yeah. Being taller at the push away, more level toward the foul line. Big keys Brian O'Keefe worked with her on.
And just being rhythmic.
It's all worked out. 4-pin this time.
Just slightly inside.
She called it an insane amount of improvement from one day to the next after that coaching.
And I will say this through a conversation with Mr. O'Keefe too. He said there's still some work to be done.
Yeah.
So after one day, imagine 2 or 3 days, what she will become more versatile in the game out here. I know she's great left to right. Some of the areas she struggles with is when she has to keep it more in front of her, keep her angles smaller and more direct. So that's something to focus on, continuing in the offseason.
You said it had been about 6 years until she had made a significant change. Did that. Now she's in the driver's seat, Kelly, for a major championship.
Yeah. 7 frames in. Shannon's still hot. I don't know, Dave. Tune in.
The Margaret Hunt Hill Bridge here in the Dallas Metroplex. Beautiful scenery. And the ball has been fantastic. Kel, talk about consistency. She's 22-28 in her matches so far tonight with strikes. 11 of 14 on each lane, leading us to the VPAA moment of the match, her strike fest.
It's just repeat. It's like the old VCR we replay over and over and over again. Never falls off balance. Eyes are steady on her target. Follow through. Coach Brian said lead with the elbow. She's doing that in every single shot. And she's just rolling them over.
A trophy, $50,000 on the line. A major title, be the first of her career, all at stake. But still some work to do. Blahowski works on a strike. And break, cut into the lead, didn't like it, and pre-pin.
Shannon's asset too, she really likes to throw it firm as well. So when she can be hard and straight up the front part of the lane is where she seems to excel. That one just a little bit firm, but left off her hand, off the spot. Unique with the white bowling ball, you can see the black grips in the balls. It starts to migrate, change direction.
She's dealt with a ring finger injury this year that's limited her, kept her off the championship round appearances. Just finally feeling healthy now. Got that taped up, you can see on her left hand.
The women have endured a strenuous season. You know, this being the 12th title of the year with the Lucy and everything. They had the month of July off, but it was one after the next, after the next. There really was no downtime for the ladies.
Left lane, needs one, doesn't get it.
I'm just not sure of her ball reaction, just a little bit too long. Would like to see her get a little bit more right with her feet. Something that starts up a little bit sooner is controllable.
Tough leave, 6-8-10. Can't convert. And falls into a huge hole here late in this championship match. And now Zavala can put it in a cruise control to try to win it. So her 8th frame works on a spare. Max scores. 268-201.
Stephanie just marks here. It's pretty much over.
8th frame. Another strike. Thursday night starting at 8 Eastern. Get ready for a full evening of high stakes and tough breaks as the World Series of Poker Race little event heads to Omaha right here on CBS Sports Network. Can't wait for that. Thursday, 8 Eastern. Zavala, another strike, and she is the champion of the 2022 PWBA Tour Championship. First career major for Stephanie Zavala here tonight. What an evening for the native of Southern California. Tremendous bowling for Zavala. She's done it.
Fourth title to her credit and her first major. And boy, did she do it in fashion.
Shannon Pluhowski bowling so well against that top seed. But not much you could do against Zavala tonight, Kelly. He was just fantastic.
No, and like I said, Dave, if I can retrace what it was like in match play, both Shannon and Zavala put on extraordinary shows. Same as Jordan that last round. They both had elevating scores throughout the day. It's nice to see those top two bowlers here in the championship match. But again, Shannon coming off into the wings into the championship match, and then Zavala just continuing that streak of repetition over and over again. She clearly dominated tonight's show.
Shannon's mom, Kathy, here. Daughter, Autumn. Stepson, Chris. Lots of great representation. Wife, Carrie, of course, we told you about. And the big news. So a lot of great things happening for the Pluhowski family. But it's Stephanie's night to shine. Icing on the cake. And a big sigh of relief. She's a champion. Once again on the PWBA Tour, her first career major. It's a night to remember for Stephanie Zavala. The game-changing coaching from Brian O'Keefe leading to this moment. A major champion for the first time.
That way. Thank you so much, 900 Global, Vice, Coolwick, Bowler X.
We'll hear from Steph in a moment.
Love you guys. Shout out to the Looney Bin. Hi, Brewski. Hi, everybody back home.
Shout out to everyone back at SoCal. The biggest Dodger fan you'll ever meet is also a major champion for the first time in her career.
To the finals of the PWBA Tour Championship, I'm here with your 2022 winner, Miss Stephanie Zavala. Congratulations, Stephanie.
Thank you, Kelly.
Here to present this beautiful heavyweighted trophy, our USBC board member, Miss Tina Williams.
Stephanie, what an amazing accomplishment time. We had really fun watching it. And I know I could speak for Melissa, myself, and the rest of the board. One of our proudest moments that we spend in the boardroom is continuing to support the PWBA. I mean, it means so much to me and all the little girls out there that can idolize you and continue to follow in your footsteps. So on behalf of the USBC Board of Directors, USBC, BPAA, the bowling center, all of the staff, everyone here, congratulations.
It's heavy, a little bit of weight. And then also, again, the USBC president, Melissa McDaniel, will present you with this beautiful check.
Yes. Congratulations, Stephanie. It was an amazing day to watch you yesterday in match play, and today, congratulations again on a heartfelt win today. Congratulations.
Lots to hold. So, Stephanie, I have to ask you, you struck every single shot. At one point, it was 11 on each lane, 22 out of 26 strikes. Amazing performance. What do you think about the night overall?
I think that Wolverine Moss is amazing. I just felt really confident. I knew I was going to be further left than the other girls, and I would have a bit of a bumper to throw it to, and I took advantage of that.
Yes, you did, and I might say in the telecast in the opening statement, I said you were the outlier. You're going to be in a zone no one else was at. Do you know you averaged 250 for 3 games on national television? What a defeat. Obviously, a 3-time tour champion last year. Now this is your 4th title and your first major. How does it feel to finish on this note and then carry over into the 23 season?
Just got to take this momentum into next year and just keep bowling the way that I'm bowling because I feel great right now.
I noticed the first thing was to pick up the trophy, but the second thing was to go hug Chris. I mean, how can you explain that and sharing it with him as well?
It's great. I mean, he's been with me all season, and it was a very tough season, so it wasn't as fun as this moment. So to share it with him, he definitely was up here with me.
Well, I would say, so we're going to flash Brian O'Keefe's cell phone number on the screen since the last moments you had working with him prior to Lucy Doubles and now here. I would say it pays off. Does he get a little bonus too?
He'll get a high five in a minute.
High five, I like it a lot. Well, I can't congratulate you enough. Just it was a spectacular performance. It was like hitting the play button over and over again on a VCR, just watching your performance. You were sliding roughly around 35, 40. You're planting, and again, spectacular performance. Last thing, just to say, sum up what this moment means to you right now.
It means the world, as cliche as that sounds. This is just all the confidence I needed, and I couldn't have done it without, all my sponsors, and especially the ball reps that are here today, Sean, Matt, Jim, Chris, everybody. I mean, they got me to this point.
Excellent. And as Tina mentioned, this wouldn't be possible without USBC and the support of BPA and all the sponsors that help fund and keep this tour going alive. You are definitely the future of the sport, looking for those younger role models along the way. Ladies and gentlemen, who's watching tour, throw it like her when you come out on the ladies tour, but stop beating us old people. It's not fun. Stephanie, congratulations. Dave?
All right, Kel, thanks so much. Good job. One of her goals, write a new script. Every day, a big theme. Stephanie Zavala has a brand new script, and it says she's the 2022 PWBA Tour Champion. Always busy. Always plenty going on here in the Dallas Metroplex. 2022 PWBA Tour Championship winner Stephanie Zavala recapping the Stepladder Championship here tonight. Richard Gottlieb Player of the Year Shannon O'Keefe. And Zavala, the Strike Fest, 266-190 in match 2. Took down the 2 seed and 2018 Tour Championship winner Maria Jose Rodriguez of Colombia by 10 pins in the 3rd match, and then the top seed defending champ. 252-181 for Stephanie Zavala. The 3rd seed wins her first career major tonight. Before we start, Shannon O'Keefe, who bowled tonight and made 7 championship round appearances, received the Player of the Year award. 3rd time. She's done that in the last 4 years on the women's tour, and she's joined now by Kelly Kulick.
Thanks, Dave. Shannon O'Keefe, 3 times now Player of the Year. Did it back-to-back. Now for the 2022 season. Does this one have any different meaning than the last 2?
Very much so. The whole season I was battling a hip injury. A month and a half before the tour season started, I didn't even think I was going to be able to bowl. And so to be able to come out and have as a consistent season as I had, and then be able to top it off with Player of the Year, I think means the most so far.
Well, during the telecast, Dave and I mentioned your name a lot, and the reason being is your lowest finish throughout the season was no less than 7th place. I mean, that's a dominating season, spectacular, and by far probably one of the best in the history of the PWBA Tour itself. Can you recap that for us?
God is great. That is by the grace of God right there. I worked a lot because I couldn't work on my physical game as much. I really dove into the mental side of thing. I started doing this thing called brain tapping. I read 35 books over the course of the last year, and I just really focused on that because I was sidelined by not being able to do it physically. And so being able to compartmentalize, to be able to let go of the bad things when they happen and just move on happened a lot quicker this year than ever before.
Okay, here's an off-the-cuff question for you. So now that you're bowling, you're Player of the Year, obviously, but now you see some of your players from McKendree, Hope Gramley and Brianna Clemmer having so much success. What does that mean to you? I mean, on a personal level, being their head coach and now seeing them out here on the tour full-time.
Well, Brian and I don't have children, and so we really love our girls as if they're our own, and I really feel like a proud mom. It brings tears to my eyes if they're within, like, eye shot of me and while they're bowling, and I just find myself sitting there smiling when they're doing well and the little fist pumps, and it makes me so proud. It makes me so proud that we've been able to pave the way for the younger ones and to inspire the younger ones, and to be able to play a role in them wanting to chase their dreams to be the best that they can be is truly, truly a blessing.
And to cap it off, what is your greatest highlight of the season for 2022?
Oh gosh, winning in Minnesota. It's always great to win, so winning in Minnesota.
Congratulations. What does 23 look like?
Hopefully doing it again.
I don't know. There's some fierce competition out there, obviously, but Shannon O'Keefe, obviously 3-time Player of the Year, just has probably been the best professional women's bowler for the last 4 years for sure. Congratulations on your entire season. It was a pleasure to watch, and I look forward to seeing what you do as well as the other women out on the 2023 season. So you better tune in and come back to us and watch the PWBA Tour next year on CBS Sports Network.
First family of bowling, no doubt. Shannon and Brian, amazing. Congrats to Shannon. Hall of Fame caliber career continue this year. Congratulations tonight, though, to Stephanie Zavala, winner of the 2022 PWBA Tour Championship. It's been a great season. Congrats to all the competitors and champions. Thank you to all the proprietors, PWBA staff, most importantly, the fans, for continuing to support women's bowling on the professional and amateur levels. Now, for my partner, Kelly Kulick, and the entire CBS Sports Network crew, it's Dave Ryan saying so long for Dallas. What a night to remember for Stephanie Zavala.